Hello students, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a video over contemporary realistic fiction. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what the genre is, compare it to a different genre, and give you many books in this genre. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Now for a brief summary over contemporary realistic fiction. When you read contemporary realistic fiction, you are reading a story that did not happen, but it could have happened. The events and the characters in a contemporary realistic fiction book are made up by the author. Everything we read about in a contemporary realistic fiction book could happen on Earth. These books can be very easy for us, the reader, to relate to. There are many different types of contemporary realistic fiction books. These are humorous books, school and family stories, different animal stories, mysteries, problem stories, sports, adventure, series books, and survival. There are many great contemporary realistic fiction books out there for you to enjoy. Now we will be comparing contemporary realistic fiction to historical fiction. Some similarities between the two are, first, both of these genres want to tell an interesting story that happens in our world. Another similarity between these two genres is they want to use true facts. The characters might not be factual, but in both of these genres there are no magical wands or fairies. Everything that happens in the book can possibly happen. Now for some differences between the two genres. The main difference in these two genres is the age of the reader. For example, the 2010 earthquake that hit Haiti may be contemporary realistic fiction for me, since I am 19 years old, but it may be historical fiction to a child who was born in 2011. Another difference is historical fiction uses fictional characters but addresses a certain event at a certain time, whereas contemporary fiction is something that could have happened but that doesn't necessarily mean it did happen. Now I will be recommending 7 books to you all. The first of the 7 recommended books is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This story is about a 5th grade boy named August Pullman. He has never been to school due to his facial differences from others. This touching book tells August's story of going through school and embracing everyone's differences. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because August goes through bullying, physical differences, and losing his dog. These are all events that people do go through in today's world. Our second of the 7 books is The Invisible Boy, written by Trudy Lundwig and illustrated by Patrice Barton. This story is about a boy named Brian who always feels invisible. When he meets his friend, the new kid, Justin, they are able to help each other feel like they have a friend. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because it talks about feeling left out and making friends, which is something many students can relate to. Our third of the 7 books is Shiloh by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. This story is about a boy named Marty who was followed home by a dog named Shiloh. Shiloh is abused by his owner. In this story, we read about the journey of Marty and Shiloh and their adventures they take on with each other. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because it talks about the abuse of a dog and his love for his new owner. Our fourth of the 7 books is Escaping the Giant Wave by Peg Carrot. This story is about a boy named Kyle who is on vacation with his family. The night his parents go out to dinner, an earthquake hits. Kyle was left in charge of his little sister. This is about their story through the tsunami. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because it talks about the horrific events that take place during a tsunami, which is sadly a struggle people have had to go through. Our 5th out of the 7 books is Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. This story is about a boy named Billy. He is able to buy 2 coonhounds. He wants to begin training them to hunt. He then enters a big coon hunting contest. This story is about Billy and his love for his dogs. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because the dogs and the boy go through hunting competitions, Billy struggles with being an outsider in school, and they go through the difficulties of having a pet, which is something that many people can relate to. Our sixth book is Touching Spirit Bear by Ben Michelson. This story is about Cole Matthews, and he is a very troubling teen. He could go to jail, but instead he gets sent to an island. At the island, he's in a program called Circle Justice. He has to be on this island for a year in hopes that he will be able to find his true self. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because many teens can relate to this book. Many have the feeling of they're stuck in a serious situation and not knowing exactly how it got that bad. Most teens struggle finding themselves and can really relate to this book. Our seventh and final book is The Proudest Blue by Olympic medalist Ibtihaj Muhammad with S.K. Ali and illustrated by Hatim Ali. This book is about Asaya. She has picked out a hijab for school. It is a beautiful blue. This book is from the little sister's point of view. She loves her big sister, Asaya's hijab, and she talks about how beautiful and wonderful it is. This book is categorized as contemporary realistic fiction because it is talking about religion, and it addresses the issue that sometimes people don't always respect someone else's religion, which is sadly an obstacle many people can relate to. Now I will read from the portion of the picture book, The Proudest Blue. "What's that on your sister's head?" the girl in front of me whispers. "A scarf," I whisper back. I don't know why a whisper came out. I try again, louder now. "A scarf, hijab." "Oh," she whispers. Asaya's hijab isn't a whisper. Asaya's hijab is like the sky on a sunny day. The sky isn't a whisper. It's always there, special and regular. "The first day of wearing hijab is important," Mama said. "It means being strong." I picked this book to read aloud because I think it is a great contemporary realistic fiction picture book. It addresses important aspects of religion, and it addresses a problem that many religions face, which is being disrespected. I feel this is a great book to show my class to help them become more aware of how we can respect others and their religion. I also love the illustrations used in this picture book. Asaya's hijab is blue, and it's like the sky, and they drew clouds in her hijab. Now I will be reading a portion from the chapter book Wonder. Ordinary. I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. If I found a magic lamp and I could have one wish, I would wish that I had a normal face that no one ever noticed at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one else sees me that way. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend I don't see the faces people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Me, Mom and Dad, Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. She can get really annoyed when people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some older kids made some noises. I don't even know what the noises were exactly because I didn't hear them myself. But Via heard, and she just started yelling at the kids. That's the way she is. I'm not that way. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does. But if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel like she needs to protect me as much. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. I picked the chapter book Wonder to read aloud because I think it is a great contemporary realistic fiction chapter book. This is the first thing we read in this book, and I think it's so powerful. August is talking about how he knows he's not an ordinary kid, but inside he does feel ordinary. He knows he's different and that he looks different too. And he's talking about how he feels like he isn't ordinary because of the way people treat him because of his looks. This brings awareness to students about being kind always. Alright students, that is the conclusion to our video. I encourage you all to go out and read some good contemporary realistic fiction books. Maybe even some of the books that I mentioned in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!